kaso kinakarap mo.
Your
Ang
Honor,
dami mong kaso dito.
Your Honor, gusto ko sana ipakita sa inyo po ito para matulungan nyo ako.
Ano?
Tulungan nyo pamilya ko.
Bakit?
Exonerated po ako nung dinismiss po ako eh.
Ha?
Exonerated po ako nung dinismiss po ako eh. Po ito. Authenticated po ito, original coming from NCRPO. Nagulat po ako, bakit ako na-dismiss?
Alam mo, ikaw, sa
Ang complainant po ay si Janabel Mamarodlo sa taga Barangay Libis, Quezon City. Ang respondent po ay si Sir Willie Gonzales. Ang kwento naman po nito is, to make it short, pumarada po siya sa harapan ng HQ, headquarters ni Ma'am Kate Coseteng, para humingi ng medical assistance. Pagdating sa harap, pinuntahan daw po siya ni Sir Wilfredo Gonzales at pinalipat niya yung motor. Humingi naman siya ng pasensya, bigla na lang daw po siyang sinakal, pati rin po yung anak niya kasama po. At
sino yung sumakal? Yung anak ni Mr. Gonzales?
Ayon po sa nakasulat, si Sir Wilfredo po ang sumakal. Tapos nalaglag po yung cellphone ng tao. Nabasag po yung cellphone.
So dalawa sila magkasama.
Ayon
Sino
po
yung
sa
anak?
kwento.
Anak ni Willie Gonzales.
Opo.
So sinakal siya.
Opo.
Okay.
Yung isa naman po, February po, 2021 din po. Maiksi lang po itong kwentong to. Ang complainant po is Perfecto Puntanilla, BPS ako po. Noong time na yon, ang respondent po is si Sir Willie Gonzales. Pagdaan daw po niya sa dao, nakita raw po niya si Sir Willie sa oras na yon at may kinakausap si Ate Banji at nagsabi sa tao na sino ang nagmomonitor ng CCTV sa barangay. Galit na patanong at may mura. At sinabi, pag natsyempuhan ko yan, patayan. Yun lang po, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair, tatanungin ko lang si Mr. Gonzales kasi meron ako ritong news article, March 16, 2001. Obilla 9 other cops get death penalty for bribery. In fact, sa news article na ito, kinumin ka pa po ng judge. Kayo po ba yung PO3 Wilfredo Gonzales? Tama ho ba?
Yes, Your Honor. Ako po yung whistleblower ng drug recycling sa loob ng Philippine National Police that time.
Opo, kasi ito nga po, sabi ni Judge Peralta, he commended witnesses PO3 Wilfredo Gonzales and SPO3 Renato Resurrection for mastering the courage to expose an anomaly against their colleagues and superiors. Kumbaga, yung mga senior officers mo, kayo po ang nag-witness at kumbaga kayo ang nagsabi na talaga may nangyaring bribery. Tama ho ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ito pa, continue. Two men who were Obilla subordinates had blown the whistle on the bribe. Gonzales testified that Obilla tried to give him 15,000 as his share but he refused to take the money. Without them, the anomaly could not have been unearthed and the perpetrators could have gone unpunished. Sabi po ni Judge Peralta. So, Sir Gonzales, may ginawa ka palang kabutihan noon. 2001. Pero nung nag-2018 hanggang ngayon, parang lahat na lang nangyari. Bakit? Ang dami mong kaso sa barangay pa lamang. What happened in that span? May ginawa kang kabutihan noon pero 20 years after, mukhang naiba yung karakter mo. Sige po.
Your Honor, mabuti nga po na nabuksan po natin itong issue to. Mula po nung mag-whistleblower po ako, nabaril ang bahay ko, nasira pag-aral ng mga anak ko, nahinto. Pero hindi po ako matras. Sabi ni Chief PNP Mendoza doon, tsaka si General Aglipa, huwag kang atras kahit nang bigyan ka ng pera. May nag-bribe po sa akin ng 3 million. Sinorender ko po sa Station 9. Kila Colonel Ovilla po at Colonel De La Cruz. Pero di ko po alam na nanakawin lang po pala. Magbula po noon, katakot-takot na po ang naging kalbaryo ko po sa serbisyo. Kahit madami po akong medalya, tinutumbasan naman po ako ng 14 na kaso.
Anong mga kalbaryo na pinagdaanan mo sa serbisyo?
Kinasuhan po ako ng mga kung ano, yung robbery po, hindi po ako po yan. Yung theft, hindi po ako po yan. Yung coercion, lahat po yan, dumaan po sa, sa Congress nung araw. Dahil inihiring po yung complainant na may hines na alleged witness sana namin naging hostile po dahil nabigyan ng pera.
So, kalbaryo, pinagsasabi mo, anong koneksyon yung pagbaril mo, yung may nabaril ka na, saan yung picture nitong binaril mo? Kasama ba ito sa kalbaryo mo dahil doon sa ginawa mong pag-testify against your
Your Honor,
superior?
Your Honor, yung nabaril ko po, isang amok.
Ano?
Isang amok po siya na adik.
Amok nga, yun ang claim mo. Pero
Hindi, napatunayan,
ang investigasyon dito, wala nakitang kutsilyo. Kaya ka nga na-desisyon na i-dismiss dahil nga doon sa,
Your Honor,
dahil dito sa investigasyon na ito.
Your Honor, pwede ko po ituloy.
Yes, go ahead.
Sa RTC 77 po, dismiss po yung kaso niyan, acquitted po ako. At pagdating po sa...
It doesn't mean na if acquitted ka criminally, administratively acquitted ka rin. No, it doesn't follow because sa korte, sa criminal case, ang kailangan dyan is proof beyond reasonable doubt.
Pwede po.
Sa administrative is only preponderance of evidence.
Yes, Your Honor.
So yan ha, kaya you correct your
Pwede ko,
understanding ha?
yes, Your Honor.
Yeah,
Pwede
continue.
ko pong ituloy, Your Honor. Nagkaroon po ng full-blown investigation ito sa PNP. Umaattend po kami ng hearing at ng abogado ko, si Atty. Bayubay, then Captain Dio. Umaattend po ako ng hearing, nung summary hearing sa custodial unit po siya naka-assign, si Captain Dio. Now, Colonel Dio of IAS daw po. Ngayon, 4 times, may receive po, may radio message, registered hindi naman po umaattend po yung complainant ko. Nung malaman namin, kaya pala hindi umaattend, hindi naman ata na ibibigay ng kamag-anak ni Ovilia, hinahatulan ng bitay. Alleged po yung dapat ibayad sa kanya para umattend. Kaya po nasabi Calvario,
Sandali ha, anong koneksyon ni Obilia doon na ikaw nagbaril ng tao?
kasi yung lawyer po na kila Ovilia po, yun po yung nagbabalak umattend nun doon sa summary hearing ko, pero hindi po tumuloy dahil hindi ho ata paid. So in short po,
At least,
oh,
those are all your assumptions ha? Those are all your assumptions. Sige, go ahead.
yes, Your Honor. After full-blown investigation po ito, after 4 hearings na hindi po uma-attend yung kabilang party, nag-request po kami kay Captain Dio at yung lawyer ko ng resolution. Kung ano resolution niya, dapat i-drop and close niya na po. Nagtataka po ako, ting pupunta po kami ng lawyer ko, sinasabi ni Captain Dio, he submitted his resolution to the IDM. But on 2013, I was surprised. One Colonel Pusana called me up and said, mag-submit ka lahat ng documents ng Huertas case. Mag-submit ka lahat dito ng Huertas case folder. Kasi wala akong hawak. Ako ang second summary hearing officer mo. Sabi ko po,
Diretso tayo.
opo,
Ilang beses ka na-dismiss sa serbisyo?
dinismiss po ako meron po akong ditong desisyon nung May 30, 2006, 3 pong agency ng PNP ang nag-recommend sa akin ng dismissal, demotion of rank, etc., etc. However, meron po akong ebidensya na
Ang tanong ko lang kung ilang beses ka na-dismiss sa serbisyo. Per your knowledge.
na-dismiss po ako noong 2006
2006.
using June 1 decision na hindi naman po ma-authenticate.
Wala ka nang, tanong ko lang kung ilang beses ka na-dismiss.
Noong 2006 po.
2006.
Your Honor,
Tapos na-reinstate ka.
Opo, Your
Tapos
Honor.
nakapag-retire ka 2016.
Opo, Your Honor.
Kailan ka naging pulis?
July 8, 1990 po, Your Honor.
1990.
Opo.
Hanggang 2016.
Yes,
Nag-retire ka.
Yes, Your Honor.
So ang haba ng panahon na yun, hanggang nakapag-retire ka, ang ranggo mo PO1 pa rin. Bakit ka hindi na-promote?
Kasi ganito po yun. Alam po naman, kasi ito nga ho, pakikita ko sa inyo.
Kaya ka hindi na-promote siguro dahil katakot-takot
Hindi,
na kaso kinakarap mo.
Your
Ang
Honor,
dami mong kaso dito,
Your Honor, gusto ko sana ipakita sa inyo po ito para matulungan nyo ako.
ano,
Tulungan yung pamilya ko.
bakit?
Exonerated po ako nung dinismiss po ako eh.
Ha?
Exonerated po ako nung dinismiss po ako eh. Hawak ko po yung authentic.
Exonerated ka sa,
Yung pinang-dismiss po sa akin na kaso noong 2006.
sa criminal case.
Sa
Exonerated ka.
PNP po, sa PNP po, exonerated po ako, sir.
Oh,
Your Honor.
exonerated ka?
Exonerated po.
Paano ka na-dismiss?
Authenticated copy po ito. Tuloy ko lang po, sir.
Sige,
Pwede,
sige.
if I may. Pina-authenticate ko.
Yo, what's up mga idol? Comment reaction tayo dito at Willie Gonzales na nagkasanang baril dito sa cyclista ay mangyak-ngyak na dahil dito sa kanyang dismissal at lumabas ang kanyang mga baho na mga records sa barangay nila at ito nga ay maraming palang na complainant dati itong na-dismiss na police na itong ex-police na ito at comment reaction tayo dito sa mainit na balita na mainit na balita na sinabon ni dating general, dating chief of police na si General Senator Bato. Ayun, comment reaction tayo dito in panoorin ang susunod na video.
Po ito. Authenticated po ito. Original coming from NCRPO. Nagulat po ako. Bakit ako na-dismiss?
Alam mo, ikaw, sa kamaro mo na yan, hindi mo kaya ipaglaban yung sabi mo dismissal. I don't think so. Nakita ko kayong mga pleadings mo yung mga dismissal mo, yung mga appeal mo sa NAB, na-reinstate ka nga dahil ang galing na mga pleadings mo, ang galing na abogado mo magawa ng papilis mo. Tapos ngayon, yung sabi mo na yan, hindi mo kaya ipaglaban niya,
Your Honor,
ako maniwala sa iyo.
if I may, pwede ko po ituloy.
Sige.
Nagtaka po ako, nagkaroon po ng June 1 decision in a matter of 1 day. Same signatory po, same General Attorney Kasugbo. Pero hindi na po ako exonerated. At yun ang ginamit nilang basehan para i-dismiss po ako from the service. Kaya po,
Anyway, yung kaso mo, that will be another forum. Idali mo yung sa Napolcom. May Napolcom dito. Nakikinig ka, Commissioner Bernabe, ha? Tingnan mo yung kaso niya. Baka, kaya mong reinstate o kaya mong i-dismiss uli? Anong tingin mo? Tingnan mo lang.
Yep.
Anyway, nandito, Mr. Gonzales. Andito na Polcom. Kung justifiable talaga yan, by all means, that's your right. Ilaban mo. Laban mo.
Kaya nga po ako humingi ng tulong sa inyo. Bago pa lang ako mawala, sana, maklear to.
Hindi na kailangan ang impluensya ko dyan, basta karapatan mo yan at karapat-dapat kang reinstate. Nandito na Polcom. Sila nang bahala. Yeah, go ahead na Polcom.
Mr. Chair, meron po kasi tayong desisyon. Ito po ay 2017. Doon po si Mr. Gonzales na dismiss from the service. Ito po yung kanyang grave threats po ito sa kanyang mga neighbors. And then, in-appeal po nila ito sa NAB. Noong pong 2021, dinenay na po yung kanilang appeal and yung MR. So, alam ko po ngayon po ay nag-appeal sila ulit sa office ng secretary. So, pending po doon. Pero po yung kanyang dismissal po noong 2017 ay denied po ng NAB yung appeal nila.
Pero may sabi niya, may hawak siyang papel ng exoneration eh. Tingnan nyo yan, tingnan nyo.
I think po ibang case po ito.
Ibang case na naman yan. So,
So, six po.
kadami mong
Opo.
case talaga. Ang dami.
Your Honor, marami po talagang ibinato sa aking kaso mula po na mag-whistleblower ako. Kaya ang pangunawa po ninyo ang hinahanap ko.
Anyway, naunawaan kita. Humahanga ako sa iyo dahil nga sabi mo, nilaban mo yung kinalaban mo yung mga superior mo pagdating sa drug case. pero hindi kita hinahangaan dito sa pagbunot mo ng baril at pagkasamo ng baril. Ha? Very clear tayo dyan. Hindi kita hinahangaan doon.
Mr. Chair?
Yes, go ahead.
Baka singit lang. Yung pong kaso na binabanggit, he was yung sa Napolcom, I just want to be clarified again. He was dismissed 2017 because of grave threats. Am I correct? Tama ba?
Maraming salamat po, Your Honor. Acquitted din po ako doon sa MTC 35 on that allegation po.
Yung sa
At
grave
yung
threats?
allegation po nung grave threats ng
Pero,
kapitbahay
sige
ko po,
Acquitted.
acquitted po ako sa MTC 35.
Sige
Tapos, nung 2015, before I retire, may ni-refile po pala yung kapitbahay ko sa IAS. Nag-verify po ako po doon. Nakausap ko po yung summary hearing officer. Sabi niya, na-recommend ko na yan na drop and close. Kasi kita naman na may pattern sabi niya. At the moment, maghintay ka for signature ni General Roldan sa taas daw po.
Diba,
Director.
Mr. Chair, tanong lang natin Napolcom.
Ngayon,
2000,
Napolcom.
Sir Gonzales, tingnan natin si Napolcom. Ano po talaga yung kaso na why he was dismissed? Again, for the record.
Yes, sir. Bale po yung case po is for grave threats po. Ito po yung
Filed by the neighbors, yung ba yung
Yes.
mga neighbors? 2017 po ito.
yun po
2000.
yung date ng decision, but the incident po occurred in 2006. Yung
2006. Kay Kapitan De La Cruz, Mr. Jet, tanong ko lang, yung sa yung mula 2018, may tatlong incident na po si Mr. De La Cruz. Tama po ba sa inyong barangay?
Nagsimula lang po siya nung 2021 and 22. Nung
Tatlo.
tatlo lang po.
So,
Based on the record.
siguro, Mr. Gonzales, tanong ko lang, meron ba kayong anger management issue dahil ba ito sa frustration?
wala po kong anger management issue, Your Honor.
Pero
po,
yung kaso nyo kasi ito, threats eh.
Hawak ko po lahat yung mga gawa-gawa nilang barangay blatter. Dahil sila po barangay first kagawad, yung isang
Sandali, ikat kita dyan. Gawa-gawa nila yung kwan, yung mga, hindi nga, gawa-gawa nila. May complaint na naman nagpa-record na sinakal ninyo. Tapos gawa-gawa na naman ng barangay.
Your Honor, yung sila.
I don't want to listen to lies, no? Alam mo, makukontem ka dito kapag sige ka diyang insist na mga lies mo, ha?
Hindi po next po ng documents
Ha?
po ito, Your Honor. Documents po ito.
Documentary yung hawak nila So, you resolve that in other forum. Andito tayo sa issue, doon sa pagbunot mo ng baril at pagkasamo
Yes, sir.
para magiging safe ng
Yes, sir.
mga siklista,
Yes, sir.
motorista sa kalsada, ha?
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
You do not use this hearing to justify your dismissal.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Okay. Ang official version ng QCPD, General Torre, bakit nagkaganon? Go ahead.
Saling aspeto ng investigation, sir. May I clarify, Your Honor?
Yeah, bakit hanggang alarm and scandal lang ang na-file yung kaso? Nakita man sa video na mayroong baril na binunot at kinasa. Hanggang alarm and scandal lang bang kaya nating ipapataw doon?
Your Honor, the viral video came into my attention at around noontime. I was having lunch in my office. It's a Sunday, and it was passed to me, and I made a comment, actually, on hindsight, I'm a little bit, it's a very strongly worded comment. I said there, if I can recall it, not on exact words, but the first the first line there is, yari kang kalbo ka. Ang pinakadapat mong gawin ay sumurrender sa pinakamalapit na police station para hindi na
Pati
tayo.
ako, tinamaan ako doon sa
Sorry for that, Your Honor.
sinasabi mo
Sorry for that.
Anyway,
Your Honor.
sige. Pareho kaming kalbo na retired na police, ha? Pareho kami. Sige, go ahead. Continue.
I apologize, Your Honor. Yari ka, that's what I said. And then I said, you better go to mas mabuti pang pumunta ka rin sa pinakamalapit na police station at sumurrender dahil makikilala ka rin namin at hindi na tayo mapagod pa. Because at that time, nakapublish na rin ang kanyang plate number. So, I asked my investigation personnel to actually look into the matter and look for him. And in 30 minutes, the media is all over me already. The media, because it is a Sunday and it's a slow day, are coming over to ask for my comment after I posted that comment. So I have good relations with the media. I asked them, come over if you have nothing to do. Let's have some coffee in my office. Fortunately or unfortunately for me, they came over at around 2 o'clock. 3:15, Mr. Gonzales came over my office. I was already given the feedback that he was already located. It's very, very easy for my personnel to look for him because some of my personnel knew him. So I told them, bring that guy over here and let's talk. And when he came over the office, I got some initial interrogation, and that's the first thing that he told me, that it is already settled. He had already made peace with the other party. And in my assessment, indeed, I think it was a non-issue. I thought it was a non-issue already. Considering that it happened on August 8, it was already August 27 or 28, and it's already around 3 weeks. So I assessed that if there's somebody who is really aggrieved in this matter, they would have already come out in the open and have already made a ruckus in the media or in the other forum. Now that, with that assessment, the media had been pestering me and badgering me for my comment and requesting for Mr. Gonzales to be interviewed. I now in quandary whether to grant the request or not. And on hindsight, again, giving us a 2020 vision, I should have done it in a different manner. What I should have done is I have made a statement to the media and let Mr. Gonzales go his own merry way and face the media on his own. However, I made that wrong move of bringing him in front of the media when I made a statement. He's just in another room, and I asked him to be brought to me. And for that, I drew the flag, and as a contrition and as an admission of the guilt of that oversight, I resigned my position as Quezon City Director, sir.
And I commend you for that.
Thank you, sir.
At least hindi ka kapituko sa posisyon mo. At hindi mo binigyan ng mabigat na problema yung Chief PNP na hanggang abot kay Chief PNP yung pambabas sa social media. Tama yung ginawa mo. Umalis ka kaagad.
Even at that time, sir, if I may continue, Your Honor.
Yeah, go ahead.
Even if during the time, I have already gathered all the evidences. After 24 hours, I gathered the evidences to support whether the matter is indeed closed and drop and closed. I have asked the station commander to give me the CCTV coverage of the investigation room when the person arrived, because there were allegations that the cyclist was allegedly harassed, was kinaladkad, etc., etc. So I asked the station commander to actually give me the CCTV footages, because Station 11 is a smart police station. The CCTV there had microphone pickups. We hear every sound that made around the CCTVs. And also at that time,
as we speak, I think hindi mo na kailangan yun. Galing naman mismo sa kanya.
Yes, sir.
Tinanong natin dito,
Yes, sir.
dito sa open na hearing na ito na hindi man ito siya hinaras. Hindi siya tinakot. And he was satisfied with what you did. But that's according to him. Siya
Yes,
naman ang complainant, di ba?
thank you, sir, for that affirmation. However, even with until this point, I believe that the only oversight I did was allow him to be interviewed beside me. But he will be interviewed nonetheless in other forum, in other venues. And however, because of that, I still tendered my resignation, considering that I just want to protect my unit, Quezon City Police District, and the PNP in general, sir.
Thank you.
Mr.
Thank you for
Chair.
that. Yes, go ahead.
Anyway, gaya din na sinabi ni Chairman De La Rosa, we commend you for owning up to your lapse
Thanks, sir.
Nag-resign kayo voluntarily, Gerald Torre. However, parang merong incidents kayo ni gusto ko lang i-clarify with Mayor Belmonte, of course, who is your Chief Executive Officer of your city. Ano po ang nangyari sa inyo? Parang hindi kayo nagkaroon ng pagkakaunawaan regarding this issue.
I do understand, sir, that when I had a long talk with the mayor before after I tendered my resignation, she accommodated me. I asked for an audience to just personally apologize to her.
Pero nagalit po kasi siya.
Yes, sir.
Doon sa nangyari.
Yeah.
That's why. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor. The bottom line there is that she pointed out that I could have handled it in a better way, and she really pointed out that she did not like the idea that was projected by that press conference with the main actor, main perpetrator, and until now the main suspect that, if you may, sitting beside me for that during that press con. And
Did you acknowledge that it was a lapse on your part?
I did, sir. That's why I tendered my resignation.
Tama rin po kasi if you're Mayor Joy Belmonte, parang lumalabas. Perception-wise, na parang pinaboran nyo kasi si Mr. Gonzales.
Yes, sir.
By doing that.
I do.
So we commend you for manning up. Marami kasi naghahanap ng nagtuturo eh. At least kayo, sinabi the buck stops here. Kayo ang umamin na nagkamali po kayo.
Yes, sir. And I do believe that everything that my personnel did was within the rules, except for some lapses, minor lapses. However, with in light of that CCTV going viral, I asked my station commander, Station 11, to file the case of alarm and scandal, because it is one case that we need no private complainants. So it was done on 1 hour after the opening of the offices on Tuesday. The viral video went out on Sunday. Monday was holiday. Tuesday was the first working day of the week, and at 10:05 the case was already filed in court.
Just for the record, talaga bang pinaboran mo si Mr. Willie Gonzales dahil dati siyang pulis, kaya inakomodate mo doon sa opisina mo at pinawa-prescom mo pa, kasama ka? Was that really your intention na bigyan siya ng pabor?
No, sir, because I really don't have any reason to do so, because I don't know him, and that's the first time I met him, sir.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair?
Yes.
Before we continue, siguro pwede lang, with your indulgence, can we ask Attorney Raymond Fortun?
Yes, actually,
Kasi siya naman yung unang nag-post talaga nito regarding yung video. Kayo po yung nag-post. As a lawyer and as a cycling enthusiast, probably you can probably can say something to this committee.
yeah, actually, I was about to call him after Gerald Torres. Please go ahead, Attorney Porton. This time, you are our resource person.
Yes,
You're not counsel. Yeah, you are a resource person. So you have all the time in the world to express what you want to express.
Chairman, Mr. Senator Bato de la Rosa, Senator JV Ejercito, the other honorable members of the Senate Committee on Public Order, magandang tanghali po sa inyo. At around 10:30 a.m. of August 27, 2023, a member of Pinoy Road Bikers Incorporated, a SEC-registered cycling forum, of which I am one of the moderators, and after expressing to me his concern about how a friend of his was maltreated by a gun-toting motorist, forwarded to me a video of a road rage incident that occurred 2 weeks prior. I could have easily ignored it. Hindi naman yung siklista ang naagrabyado ang lumapit sa akin for my help. Nakakatakot yung itsura nung naglabas at kumasa ng baril. And my initial instincts was not to get involved. However, a voice inside me, a conscience that has been molded by my favorite saint, Saint Josemaria Escriva, whispered to me that this man had done the same act of threatening others in the past. This wasn't the first and last time he will do it to a cyclist, a motorcyclist, another motorist, or a neighbor. Saint Josemaria has exhorted laymen to be spontaneous in moments like these, to be selfless despite the obvious risks to life, to be a saint in the middle of the world. I posted the video on my Facebook page and asked for help to identify the gun-toting individual. I knew that there was no financial gain for this act. I have no political agenda, as I'm not even a member of any political party or organization. Hindi ko kailangan magpasikat. My close friends and even the media know that I enjoy my privacy. But my duty as the moderator of the largest cycling forum in the Philippines and my duty as a citizen of this country compelled me to help the poor cyclist, to get this madman off the streets, to protect other Filipinos who might be his victims in the future. Nung kinagabihan, nag-usap kami mismo nung siklista. Sinabi niya na takot siya para sa pamilya niya. Kahit na nangako ako na ilapit siya sa mga senador tulad ni Senator J.V. Ejercito, Bato de la Rosa, or Pia Cayetano. Kahit na sinabi ko na ibibigay ko sa kanya ang lahat ng attorney's fees ko kung ito ay ibibigay ng husgado. Tinanggihan niya ang aking alok na tulong legal dahil sa tinding takot para sa kapakanan ng kanyang pamilya. Ginamit niya po yung word na riding in tandem. Pwede niya pong aminin yan ngayon. His refusal to avail of free legal services did not dishearten me. Instead, it steeled my determination to pursue this matter even if it meant exposing my family to danger. For I come from a state university where the graduates live by the motto, kung hindi tayo kikibo, sinong kikibo? Kung hindi tayo kikilos, sinong kikilos? Honorable Senators, I come to this hallowed chamber to ask for your help. Yes, you do have the power to conduct investigations to ferret out the truth not only on what happened between Alan Bandiola and Wilfredo Gonzalez on August 8, 2023, but also to find out from where Mr. Gonzalez acquired the temerity to pull out and cock his gun on an unarmed cyclist. Sinong nagbigay sa kanyang lakas ng loob? Sino ang kanyang sinasandalan? Ano ang ginawa ng mga responding policemen? Why was Bandiola left alone, afraid and hungry for 5 hours at Galas Police Station? The only outcome being a handwritten kasunduan that even left out the details of the grave threats committed by this ex-policeman, who should be held responsible for Bandiola's seeming loss of faith, that his honor would be vindicated and that the perpetrator would be punished. As a Filipino citizen, I ask the honorable senators to see if our laws need to be amended to ensure that only those who are psychologically fit would be given guns, to increase the penalties for gun holders who are found to have misused the guns they have been privileged to possess, to provide for funds to increase the number of closed-circuit televisions in all barangays for the protection of all, and to instill upon the Philippine National Police to live by its promise, quote, to serve and to protect, close quote. Finally, I believe it is about time that a law be passed that truly encompasses the needs and protection of cyclists, to consider tax incentives to companies that provide bike parking areas and shower facilities, to consider giving tax exemptions to employees who use their bicycles instead of their cars as a practical way of decongesting Metro Manila streets, to reduce the customs duties and taxes for bike parts so that the same may become more reasonable for the bike-to-work community, and to improve the bike lane infrastructure so that more people will be encouraged to use the bike lanes in going to and coming from work, if not for exercise. What happens to Mr. Gonzalez is not my concern. That is a police matter. Kung ayaw ng siklista na makulong si Mr. Gonzalez para di na mangyari sa iba yung ginawa sa kanya, nasa sa kanya na yon. My only wish is that out of this Senate investigation, laws will be passed for the protection and good of all, for cyclists as well as the general public. I have faith that you fine gentlemen and ladies of the Senate can make this happen during our time. Maraming po salamat.
Thank you, Atty. Porton. And thank you
Mr.
for
Chairman.
taking the cudgels for us, the cycling community, including us, Senator JB, Senator Pia, ako, we are all cycling enthusiasts. And thank you for that. And I think, thank you for your courage to expose everything. Salamat po. And with that, I would like to acknowledge the presence of Senator Pia Cayetano. Ma'am, you have the floor. You want to go ahead, ma'am.
Good afternoon, everyone. Apologies, Mr. Chairman, for being late, but we had a Senate Electoral Tribunal meeting at the same time, as you know. So this hearing, we filed a resolution. The Senate President and I filed a resolution, which is also covered by this hearing, and I know it covers a lot of grounds, including the carrying of a gun. The use of a gun outside of whatever legal reasons there are to carry a gun. I won't go into that muna, Mr. Chairman. I'll leave that up to you. But I do know on the right side, I'm not sure if on the left I can't see the small prints. If there are cycling and other non-motorized groups here.
Marami dito, Your Honor. Marami sila.
Alam ko nga dito
Maraming
sa
grupo
right
ito.
side kasi yan nababasa ko pa. Yung doon hindi ko na mabasa. So but that's what I'd like to address because I am the principal sponsor of the what was formerly known as the Safe Pathways Act, which is now we renamed it to our new title is Walkable and Bikeable Cities Act. But with this incident, I'm now rethinking, baka it should really be Safe Pathways because this now really defines what we had in mind na maging ligtas sa pahamak ang gumagamit ng mga daan na yon na dinefine natin as safe pathways. And I'd like this hearing, Your Honor, to also cover non-cyclists because maraming hindi nakasakay sa 2 gulong o 4 na gulong na are in dire need of safety when they are on the roads. Yung pedestrian, yung